No contact is weak. Do this instead. What if I told you today, Isaac, that going no contact, disappearing, that will encourage Hannah to come back, fix what is already broken. That will encourage Hannah to beg for me. Most of you men are misled. You think that when you disappear in the shadows, you totally cut her off, you do not appear. This triggers Hannah to fix what is already broken. This encourages Hannah to come back for you. But what if I told you today, Isaac, that you are totally wrong? Going no contact to expect her attention, it is for the weakest. You see, Isaac, this is what most women know. I have been in relationships with different types of men. Every time a man disappeared, a man decided not to contact me, not to text me, not to call me, it was all a game. He was always waiting for me to reach out. And when I didn't reach out, he came back for me crawling. He came back for me begging. I could still feel the energy. He's still secretly watching my moves. He's still secretly watching my status. He is still secretly reading my movements to see if I'll reach back. So all this no contact, it is a game. After all, Isaac will come back. After all, I'm giving him time. He can't miss this. He is so addicted to this. It's all a game, and I just need to be patient. That is why I tell you, Isaac, today, that high value men, they do not apply no contact, because high value men are not seeking for attention. Kings, they are not sulking in silence. They do not expect something to happen because they acted in a certain way. You want to be in control? You don't use silence, no contact to expect a return. You use it as a way of control. Silence is a set of manipulating. So who told you today that if you apply no contact, then it means you are in charge? Most men, when they have lost power and they feel like they are losing the control of their relationship or the control of that lady, that they think the lady is also in love with them, they decide to go no contact. They decide to apply the shadow effect, because she will automatically come back running to fix what is already broken. Unless she is weak, unless she is going through something, unless she is also playing a game to get something in return, I can guarantee you today, Isaac, that game will not work on her. It is for the weakest men. Men who know the definition of no contact, they don't apply it to expect a specific return. They apply it to be in control of their own life. No contact, it is passive, wrapped in desperation. When you go no contact expecting that lady to react, then you are desperate. When you go no contact because you want to be in control of your life, then you have the power. Attraction is formed in control, whereby you lead your life, you control your life, you define your own reality. But now attraction will slowly fade away in a form of I'm applying no contact to get Hannah like me much more, because it's all a shift in how she understands your reality and how you react to that reality. And it's not the reality you want her to see, it's the reality she feels, she senses, she hears from her own definition of the what is in the Isaac's perception. Let's just be genuine with you, Isaac. If she finally decided to walk away from you, do you think that no contact will encourage her to rethink her decision? Because if I decide to walk away, then I am doing it because I don't want to have a conversation or to have a relationship with you. So when you apply no contact, this isn't a game of you winning. It's you giving me what I want. Especially if you are applying no contact to get my return, then you are the one who is in a psychological world whereby you are using more energy, for you already have an expectation by applying no contact. So if we just be genuine with each other, When you apply no contact to a woman who walked away from you, it won't encourage her to revisit her decision. She expects it to happen. She had already predicted that action, that it will happen. That is how you will react, respond. And she was waiting for that reaction on your side. And here's the thing. Do you want to stand up from all the men who apply no contact because a woman walked away from him? Do this instead. Evolution. When you slowly evolve into being a person who relies on himself, this is another turnover, another change that she never expected from you. She expects you to apply no contact, then when it doesn't work on her, she expects you to go back for her. So the energy that will exist in the empty space between you and Hannah, it will be the same. But now, when you don't really go for her, you mean it, you evolve, and then you totally shift the understanding of maybe this was not meant to work. That will instantly weave in her reality in an energetic form, because she will just feel a change, a shift in energy, where what she expected was you will apply no contact. But what she never expected, Isaac, it is the indifference. It is the evolving. It is the acceptance of her walking away and not applying the no contact as a game. You act in a certain way to expect a specific return. That is what she expects. You apply no contact because you expect her to come back. That is her predictions. So when you apply the same no contact, and then later on you go back for her because you realize actually it's not working, the predictions now are being confirmed by your coming back. It's about who has the power. The person who has more power, that is the person who holds more attraction. And the person who is using a game, that is the person who loses. And if both of you are using games, the one who has the upper hand is the one who will use perseverance. So imagine she perseveres, expecting you will come back, then you are indifferent. You are evolving. That perseverance will eventually fade away because now she doesn't have the upper hand. No contact is complicated. It's not about you disappearing, not texting, not calling. For the hope, I hope she will finally notice. I know after 1 week, she will finally realize the hope, the I feel, I think, I sense. That is the energy of you not pulling yourself from that expectation. Here is the trick, Isaac. You do not make a woman regret losing you by vanishing. You make her regret losing you by being the man she thought she would leave behind. Again, you let her regret losing you by being the man she thought she would leave behind, only to realize too late that she actually can't. If I have a feeling that I can leave you behind because you have the same predictions, you have the same behaviors, then I will leave you behind. But when I realize too late that I can't actually leave you behind, Isaac, then this is a confirmation that I miscalculated you. I misjudged your behaviors. I misjudged your investment. So at this time, I will be working so hard to accommodate you in my life, to prove that I am worthy, and I was trying to build a foundation. Maybe I was working on myself. I will lower down my guard because at this very moment, you hold the power. You become the guy I thought I would leave behind, only to realize too late that I can't leave you behind. When she realizes later on that the relationship actually can exist because of how different you are, she will work so hard for you, for that relationship. This is the one thing that no one will ever tell you. Attraction, it is in the state of someone who has more power. I feel more attracted to you when I feel like you have more power. And this is a subconscious sense that delivers a specific perception of reality. And power is not in silence. Power is in control. Silence is a passive game, yet control, it is the reaffirming of your value and your own definition of reality. Not relying on anyone to define how you want to live, what you should expect, how you must work so hard to accommodate her, how you must change yourself entirely to accommodate her in your life. It's not about you going silent nor applying no contact. It's more of, are you in control of your own life when she decides to walk away? Will you still evolve to live your life with total no expectation of her coming back? Are you accepting the what is without judgment and without blaming yourself that you are the reason why she walked away? Once you expectance alone is what will kill that foundation that you are trying to create, maybe to evolve and be a better guy a woman can always be obsessed with. You know, no contact most of the time, it is for the weakest men, because most weaker men apply no contact when they feel like they are losing control and power. So when I apply no contact, finally Hannah will come back for me. So I have an expectation, and there is no shift and change in that energy. I have to feel something. Women operate on instinct, and the instinct is more of in an energetic way. If the energy is different, I will sense that something is just not adding up, only to realize later on that you are evolving to be a better version of yourself for your own sake and not for me. This encourages her to work so hard for that relationship. This proves to her that she miscalculated you and she can't predict you, and says it's interesting, intriguing. Now she has to always study you. The moment she thinks she has got you, she is totally wrong. That is what keeps her around. That is what keeps that relationship exciting for her. That is what encourages her to invest in you consistently, because I have to always be engaged to understand your movements. When I think I got everything, I apply a test or a game because I expect a specific return. The game backfires. It's as if I was playing against myself. This totally changes everything and how I had perceived you. Once I come to that realization that I am never in control, I can never control a man, that is when the obsession comes in. When you are a man who knows that, then you have the power. When you are the king who will never sulk in silence, you are the one guy she will get obsessed with. With women, it's not about you going no contact. It's about you being in control. It's not about you reacting. It's about how you respond to that reaction that she expects from you. It's not about you being perfect. It's about you putting yourself first and doing what is best for you and what is healthy for you. Why? Putting yourself first encourages you to define your own reality, to live your own reality. In this realization, knowing that no one can control your perception of reality, you see, psychology is all over perceived image. Once I have a perceived image of whom I think you are, I will act in ways that might communicate you are this guy. When you respond in a different phase, then that will instantly trigger my mentality about a perceived image of who you are. Then I totally remove that image or get rid of that perception. The only way you can mess up with her mind is to remove that perception, and you can only remove that perception by not reacting.